Hello everyone and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Rhiannon and today I'm filming an unboxing. Now I will admit that I'm filming this extremely late and I do apologise for that. Work has been extremely busy recently. I've started a new role as an English teacher at my secondary school and there have definitely been a few learning curves. But I do have the February book picks for the adult Fairyloot box as well as my Illumicrate box for the month. And as you can see, I do also have an extra book that I purchased separate from that monthly subscription. So without further ado, let's dive into the unboxing and see which books have been featured this month. I am going to start off with the Fairyloot box, mainly because I have two Illumicrate books to show you as we go through this video. As I said, this is the February box, and I actually can't remember the theme. So if I take the cardboard out, we do have the theme card, which is Divinity's Descent. This is what it looks like. I do apologise for any shakiness. It definitely has me intrigued. I can't quite remember what the book is going to be off the top of my head, so it's going to be very exciting to dive on in. As per usual, the book of the month does come in this pouch, and I'm just going to open it and see if the book is the right way up. I actually believe that it is. So without further ado, let's have a look at the book. Wow. Okay. This is definitely striking. I feel like it's a very different cover to the original. I will pop the original cover for this book up on screen somewhere for you guys to compare the two. But this one is The Scorpion and the Night Blossom by Emily Wen Zhao. I'm pretty sure that I have another book by this author. I can't remember what it's called though. It might be A Song of Silver Flame Like Night. I may be getting that completely wrong. I do apologise if I am. But I haven't actually heard anything about this one. There are trials featured in here though, so that is definitely a buzzword for me. I'm already intrigued and I can't wait to read the synopsis, but before I do, let me give you a closer look at this book. So here we have the front cover, then of course we have some gorgeous stenciled edges. I really like these. I love the fact that we have a scorpion in the middle here. I just think it's so striking. Moving on to the back of the book, we have a quote there, and then moving on to the spine, which looks like this. I will of course take off the dust jacket because we all know by now that Fairyloot books are stunning underneath. So let's see. Yeah, I can already see the foiling. Okay, yeah, this is beautiful. I love the scorpion, guys. I don't know why, but it's definitely a striking element, and I do love that we have this foiled circle on there. Hopefully you can see this properly. It is going to be very reflective, so I do apologise, but I really do like the design of the book. On the front end pages, we do have some character art, which looks like this. Again, keeping in the theme and having the moon in the background as well. And then on the back, we do have some different ones, which again I really do like. I feel like the attention to detail here is just crazy. So like I said, we have the moon in the background here, and we also have a few holographic stars. We have some plants here. I just absolutely love it. The character design is stunning as well, and it's just as stunning on the back with the reflective foiling. This doesn't appear to be personally signed, but we do have a letter from the author in there with a signature at the bottom. I've said it so many times now, but I really do appreciate when we have a bound in author letter, mainly because I feel like you get that personal connection to the author, and I really enjoy the experience of reading that author letter before diving into the book itself. And then I believe that the last exclusive thing that we have is on the dust jacket itself. So it looks like this. We have an alternate cover, so if you wanted to change the way that your book looks, you can put this on there instead. Hopefully you guys can see this. I can't quite see the screen on my viewfinder, but this is what it looks like. Whilst it is really pretty, I'm definitely going to keep this cover on there just because I really do like how it looks. It's very striking. The only thing I will say is that if this is the author that I'm thinking of, her other books have been very colourful, very vibrant, very bright, and this one is definitely different. So we'll see how that looks with the rest of the books that I own. But now that we've seen the exclusive elements of this book, let me read you the synopsis. It says, the immortality trials offer a second chance in a brutal world and are open to any mortal willing to risk the journey to the immortal realm. The prize for completing them is eternal life. However, first they must survive. Annie Ying knows the prize can heal her dying mother, and that she'll need all the help she can get if she's to complete them. But when a rival contestant, both powerful and handsome, promises protection and a chance of survival for both Annie Ying and her mother, she will need to find out quickly whether she can truly trust the stranger she's falling for, or if he's the most dangerous player of all, for herself and for all the realms. That doesn't actually give too much away, but as I said, the word trials in there is a buzzword for me. I'm so intrigued by this book, and I honestly feel like I am going to get to this one soon. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot less flowery than the books that I own that I was talking about earlier by this author. I did try to read the first book in that duology and I did struggle a bit, so I'm hoping to give this one a go and see whether or not I enjoy it. But as I said, hopefully I do, because it does sound like something I should enjoy, and this edition is a beautiful one. I actually think that the stenciled edges are my favourite part of this edition. I love them so much, and I probably will display this book with the stenciled edges facing outwards. Right, moving on to my Illumicrate box. Again, this is the February book pick from what I can remember at least. And again, let's not waste time, let us dive straight on in. I honestly don't remember the theme. All I can remember is that I believe that the book is one that is set at sea, which is another buzzword for me, so hopefully that is the case. But again, I'm just going to take off the cardboard. There's a little sneak peek there. Now, this is actually a book that I haven't heard anything about. I have no idea what the general consensus is, what the reviews are like, so I am diving in blind, but I have managed to open up the bubble wrap, so let's just see what this book is. You're not getting a great look because of my ring light, but this is what it looks like. Again, it's very reflective. I love these covers. This isn't one that I would necessarily pick up based on the cover. It's definitely not my favourite Illumicrate edition, but it's very evidently set at sea, and it says vengeance belongs to those who wait on the back, which has me intrigued. The book of the month is Capitana by Cassandra James, and once again I will pop the original cover for this book somewhere on screen for you now, just so that you can compare the two and see if Illumicrate have made any changes to it. As I've said, I actually haven't seen this book anywhere, so I have no idea what the original cover looks like, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be an exclusive cover and that they will have changed a few elements of it. Again, this is going to be very difficult to show you because of the reflectiveness of this book, but this is the front cover. Then moving on to the stenciled edges. These again aren't really my favourite. Don't get me wrong, they are pretty, but they're just not blowing me away. Then moving to the back of the book, we have the waves and the quote there, and the spine is actually pretty cool. It looks like an old book, which I definitely appreciate, and I think it would look good on my shelves. Let's see if we have anything under the dust jacket. I always try not to spoil myself, so let's have a look. Yeah, this is beautiful. I love this. I don't know if you guys know, but I really do love my maps, and so to have a map on the book itself is just really pretty. I also love the spine of it without the dust jacket on as well, because it looks even more like an old book. And if I open this out completely, hopefully you'll be able to see it in its entirety, and I genuinely think that this design is gorgeous. Then we have the front end pages that look like this. The back end pages look like this. I believe I have just seen a signature as well, so let me double check. Yes, so we do have a signature from the author, and there is also a bound-in letter from the author there as well. So those are all the exclusive elements for this edition, and I am just going to move on to the synopsis now because I am very intrigued. It says, justice will be served to pirates and their sympathisers. Zemina Reel has spent her life training to become one of the black-cloaked cazadors, seafaring hunters who capture the pirates pillaging the Luzon Empire. But although Zemina is the top candidate at La Academia, that will not be enough for a daughter of the notorious Reals, pirate captain who were executed for their crimes. So when Gasparilla, the most infamous pirate in Luz's history, attacks the capital, Zemina offers to catch him in exchange for being named a cazadora. The Empire accepts, on one condition: she must compete for a cloak against Dante de Leon, the pompous and infuriating son of the High Minister. Knowing this is her chance to prove herself once and for all, Zemina must set out on a dangerous quest across the archipelago to hunt Gasparilla. But no matter how far she sails, her family's pirate legacy continues to haunt her, and she soon has to question the very laws she's always fought to uphold. Not gonna lie, that doesn't sound like the best synopsis ever. It doesn't make me want to pick this up as soon as possible, but I'm definitely intrigued. I may look at some reviews for this book because, as I said, I haven't seen anything about it. All I got was the description that Illumicrate gave for the upcoming book, which is how I knew that it was going to be set at sea. So other than that, I am completely clueless. This may end up being a new favourite, I'm not too sure, but yeah, unfortunately the synopsis doesn't really have me all that excited for it. I definitely am, because like I said, I do enjoy books set at sea, see, but it's definitely not doing it for me just yet. So I may give it a go and see what I think. And like I said, I will be looking at reviews as well just to see what the overall consensus is. And then the last book that I have is separate to Illumicrate's monthly subscription, as I stated at the start of this video. This is a pre-order for me. I believe it's the last book in a trilogy, so I couldn't not get it, and I thought it would be fun to include it in this video. Once again, let's just dive straight on in. I don't want to waste any time. I'm going to take out the cardboard, I'm going to take out the book, and I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. You may be able to tell what this is, but don't worry, I won't keep you in suspense for too much longer. I am just going to hopefully open the bubble wrap. This definitely feels chunkier than the first two books, so I'm definitely intrigued, but let's have a look at this edition. Well, I can tell you straight off the bat that the colourway is working for me, so let me have a proper look. Oh my goodness, I love this edition so much. This is Faithbreaker by Hannah Kaner, which is the third book in the Godkiller trilogy. I don't know if there's a specific name for that, but as I said, I do own the first two books. I needed to get this one, of course, to match, and I'm so glad that I have done because this is just stunning. This is the front cover. As I said, I absolutely love the colour palette for this book. Then we have the stenciled edges, which are definitely the star of the show. They match the other two really well as well, and so yeah, once I have them lined up together, I feel like they're just going to look amazing. Then moving on to the back cover, it looks like this. And then the spine looks like this. I will once again pop the original cover somewhere on screen for you guys so that you can compare the two and see which one you prefer. Please do let me know in the comments actually which editions you prefer. Do you prefer the standard editions for all of these books, or do you prefer the exclusive editions? I would love to know. Oh my goodness, I didn't realise that this had more special edition elements to it. What? That is insane, it's beautiful. So we have this design printed onto the book itself, which as I said is just stunning. Then we have these gorgeous holographic end pages with a signature from the author in there. So again, I just really do appreciate that and love it. The back end pages are the same design, which looks like this. And I have to say it guys, this is definitely my favourite edition so far that I have unboxed this month. I know it's separate to the monthly boxes, but I mean, come on, this is me in a book. Now I will say I have read Godkiller. I think when I first read it I gave it 3 or 4 stars, I can't quite remember. It was definitely a very slow read for me, but I was intrigued enough by the characters and the plot to want to continue. Unfortunately I haven't actually done that yet, so I haven't read the second and of course the third book, but I think I'm actually going to reread the first one and then of course go on to read the second and third books, just so that I can completely refresh myself on the story and see whether I do still enjoy it. I have heard really good reviews about this series again recently, so I'm definitely wanting to pick this series back up and give it a go. But honestly, all I can remember about the first book is that we follow our main character Kissin, who is a god killer. Something happened to her in her past involving the gods, and ever since she has pledged to kill all the gods in this world. Soon after the book starts though, she encounters a problem. She meets a young girl called Inara, I believe it is. I may be remembering that incorrectly. I of course don't want to look at this book in too much detail because I haven't read the second book yet, but I believe that the girl's called Inara and she has actually been bound to a god and she can't separate herself from him because it will kill them both. And so Kissin agrees to help her and try and figure out a solution to their problem. But in the grand scheme of things as well, the prince of this kingdom has fallen ill and he has asked his most loyal soldier to go out and hunt something for him, and it leads him into Kissin's path. And so they all kind of team up together because they are travelling to the same place in order to try and complete their different missions. There is of course a lot more to it than that. There's a lot more action. We have a lot of politics as well actually, and the character development and character relationships throughout are just so wholesome and pure, and I really did enjoy that aspect of the first book. Hopefully that synopsis wasn't too bad. As I said, I don't want to look into the synopsis of this one in particular because it would probably spoil the second book for me, but I'm very very excited to have this one. I'm so glad now to have a matching set, and as I said, I believe this is the final book, but I'm not too sure about that. So there we have it, guys. These are the 3 books that I have hauled this month from my subscription box services. I'm actually going to show you the spines as well because they are beautiful. Definitely the star of the show, as I keep mentioning. I feel like that is what I'm after with my exclusive editions now. I of course love a stunning cover, but the stenciled edges just makes it, you know? So please do let me know down in the comments which edition was your favourite, which one should I prioritise, and would you like to see a reading vlog of me reading any of these books? If you don't want to comment anything but would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and leave me a scorpion emoji for obvious reasons. I said it multiple times throughout my unboxing of this book, but the scorpion just does it for me. So if you are still here but don't have anything in particular that you would like to say, please go ahead and comment that now. I know I say it all the time, but seeing you guys comment the emoji of the video truly does mean the world to me. It blows me away that you guys watch these all the way through. So if you are still here, please go ahead and comment a scorpion emoji. As well as that, please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Speaking of more content, I do have my own Patreon page in which I host exclusive weekly live reading sprints. I also host a monthly book club in which my patrons have the ability to choose which books that we're going to read, and then for that specific month, once the book is chosen, I will be filming an exclusive spoiler-filled vlog with all of my thoughts on the book of the month, which will be available to my higher tier. As well as that, I do post updates on there regarding my life and what is going on in my life at the minute, which is definitely hectic right now, and I do give you guys early access to a lot of my videos as well. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in looking into, I will have the link to my Patreon listed down in the description box below. A massive thank you to everyone who's supported me on Patreon so far. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I know that I have kind of fallen off with posting this month, but I'm definitely going to get back to it next month. I am going to schedule all our live shows as well so that I don't miss any and so that you guys can know when they are coming up. But yeah, your support just blows me away. It truly does mean the world, and I appreciate each and every one of you so much. But with all that being said, I am going to close off this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!